So 30 carts.
No, it'll be 34 because you're going to add the 4. No, there's no bump up. Sorry, not this one. There's no bump up. It's a good point. Sorry.
Yes, you're ahead of yourself.
Well, it happens all the time. You know that.
Yeah. So 30 carts are going to be racing for 4 positions. And just have a look at that. Stephen Mottram and Daniel Hammett. They are on the front row. There's Stephen Mottram in the 777 there, the Lando Norris cart.
He's got massive ears.
Will Milner and Keith Mason share row 2. We've then got Rob Simpson and Nicholas Walker. George Willis and Stephen Horner on row 4. Josh Howard and Zach Fontenot are on row 5. Lewis Crocker and Billy Clark are on row 6. Row 7 is Tyler Kelsey and Josh Constable. Tyler Fossey and Alfie Williams are next up. And then on row 9, Dan Millward and Chris Abraham. Jack Sweeting, Tonino Machichi. Kieran Thompson and Dennis Treziak. Thomas Burchard and Tim Darlow on row 12. Row 13, Nathan Wells and Matthew Lear. Alfie Anderson and Lawrence Hilton are next up. And row 15, rounding off a 30 cart field, Dave Nolan and James O'Keefe. So there you have it. This is going to be intense. So, Frank, Ash, remember, it's the 4th place.
They're all seasoned RC camera people. They know what's going on.
I'm using the communication with our cameramen to inform the public of that little fact.
Right.
All about that 4th place.
There we go.
Here we go then. It's all about getting a little bit of extra seat time. Is Joanne still with us?
Possibly.
Mr. Shadow's got nothing to say.
9 times. It's been very impressive to watch number 77 Francis Horn climbing the leaderboard throughout the day. I understand he's the youngest on the track. Very impressive. I think he's the youngest. I think he's the youngest in heavyweight. I think he's the youngest in heavyweight. I think.
Is he a junior driver?
No, I think he's heavyweight. I think he's the youngest heavyweight. I think. I could be wrong.
All right, interesting.
Tell
us how old he is, Alan, please.
He's 106.
Who Alan is?
I wonder who the oldest active karter is.
Well, I'll tell you who could be. Jim King in the TKMs.
Oh, God, yeah, Jim's 70, isn't he?
Jim, yeah. Is he 70?
You told me he was 70.
I'm not sure, is he?
You told me.
That fact.
You interviewed him at Forest
I did,
Edge,
yeah.
and you told me he's 70. I don't know if he is 70. You told me he was.
Jim, if you are...
he's in his 60s, definitely.
Yeah. He's clearly mental.
Yes,
to be still
ridiculous.
Racing a TKM and winning the Southern Cup, by the way, for TKM Masters. Here we go, though. Let's go. Stephen Mottram, Daniel Hammett leading the field round. That's a good orderly grid there. And away they go, and Mottram gets off in front.
Yeah, bad start from the other side of the front row. I think he's... Oh, God. This car speared off the left there, and the camera... Oh, he's out, and he's off. He's as well. You can see he was off on the grass, and they've got pretty much a full field streaking round here.
It's that Will Milner on the 49.
Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong there.
All sorts of consternation.
All sorts of carnage.
Yes, this is
all... more carnage.
Yeah, that's going to split the field, isn't it?
Do you ever hear the carnage?
We've got...
to the carnage cam.
We've now got a split field, haven't we, with 3
this is the first part of the carnage. The second part of the carnage. This is the turning round carnage. Dear.
Yeah.
So, massively in the lead is Stephen Mottram. So, good news there for Stephen Mottram fans. As Jenny Thomas says, good luck. I don't know if he's got Dan Millward. Jenny Thomas says, Dan Millward, who is starting where? Was 15th. Goodness only knows where he'll be, because there's been a lot of kerfufflage. Second place is Daniel Hammett, I think. And then we've got Steve Horner. And then Zach Fontenot, currently the last, the bump-uppers. A few people who've moved around.
Incredible, Nick, that Stephen Horner actually won a heat on the road. He won a heat by miles. I'm not sure if he did take that, or he did have 2 more finishes.
A bumper penalty and a good one. Yeah,
all
very, very close. Right, that's your second, third and fourth. Fifth is just off the back of it, which is the blue and white of Simpson there. Simpson on camera there. In the sort of the middle of the frame. Behind him is a train of karts who want his 5th place, but he needs that 4th place that's ahead of him.
So these races are 8 minutes and 1 lap, just like a normal heat. This is the B final, though. Oh, and there's Stephen Horner getting absolutely knocked about.
No, was that Hammett going into? Was that Horner going to Hammett?
That was Horner coming around the outside of Hammett.
Oh, right.
And Horner's now into 2nd place. And Horner will now chase off after Stevie Mottram.
Well, Stevie Mottram's had an absolute bonzer of the first few laps here. Oh, that's a change for 5th. And into 5th now, and therefore first non-qualifier has gone the 1-1-2. Yeah,
he's missing. It's the battle of the Stevens from the northeast at the front of the field.
It's not really a battle
of Horner. No, Daniel Hammett, Zach Fontenot. Keith Mason now into 5th. Now, can Keith Mason catch that cart ahead of him? Zach Fontenot is the driver that is
No,
in
he's
the
not,
most
because
jeopardy.
Fontenot's now gone up a position. Fontenot's
right.
now in 3rd.
So it's Daniel Hammett then
Yeah.
who's in 4th.
And that gap's not enormous either.
Stephen
There goes
Horner.
Fontenot. There we go. It's a beautiful illustration there on the curb cam. You should watch them all come through. But so the 1-1-2 there, going away from us. It must be the 1-2-2. It must be Keith Mason. It can't be the 1-1-2.
That's 1-2-2.
Yes. I can't put new numbers on now. Hard of seeing as it is.
He's coming on Endo. He's catching. He's catching Daniel Hammett, and he's going to very soon have Keith Mason for company.
That does
Very
say 1-1-2.
soon for
That does
company.
not say 1-2-2. It says 1-1-2. And Fontenot's off. Fontenot's off. Oh dear!
Zach.
Out from 3rd place goes Fontenot.
Oh, that's going to give Keith Mason that position there. The red and white cart, the LRG Motorsport cart of Keith Mason, is now the final qualifier. He's in that 4th spot, and it's George Willis and Josh Howard who are chasing him down. The number 153 and the number 34. That's where it's at right now.
So coming up towards Christmas Corner, Mottram happily away. Horner also away, but up the inside goes the 153.
Horner is catching Stephen Mottram for the lead of this, but Keith Mason has lost out 2 positions. 1 position, gets 1 back, but it's George Willis who's now in that 4th spot.
And that's the only spot that matters really.
Yeah.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th.
If it stays like this, Keith is going to fall as the
First
first
non-finisher.
non-qualifier. Yeah.
So Keith Mason right in the wheel tracks at that 153 of George Willis. They changed last time round. There's no great difference in speed. I wouldn't think. It's all down to a bit of racecraft and a bit of luck. Now can Mason get himself back into the slipstream?
He's coming.
Oh,
no,
change the lead.
change
Change the lead. So Horner's taken Mottram. I know, but really that doesn't matter. They're both still bumping up.
No, they're bumping up. I'm sure Stephen Mottram wanted bragging rights though, as does Stephen Horner. That's why there's a change for the lead. But Stephen Horner has proved that he's capable of winning a heat. He did earlier on in fine style. He's off now ahead of Mottram.
4 and 5 right together now. 153 and 112. They've absolutely nailed themselves next to each other, but it's really whether Mason can make a move with the LRG machine. And in some parts of the track, Joey looks close. In some parts of the track, he looks further away.
Let's see if Keith can get into that tour. He doesn't. He's not as quick through Oblivion and Crook. And if anything, Lewis Crocker looks even closer to him. He's on the tail of the 153. He seems to close up through the infield sections and then loses out through, or he did indeed lose out there, through the first turn sequence of Oblivion, the left-hander, and then Crook, the right-hander. And now he uses all of the lap to get back on terms. 2.5 minutes remaining.
He drops right off during that part of the section, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's dropped well off, yeah. And
yet needs to find some pace in these last couple of minutes, or he is going to have to pack his awning up and stick his car in the back of his Ford Sierra and go home.
Here they come then, and he's dropped off the previous lap. He was right on his tail at this point.
And it looks like he's more likely to lose 5th than he is to gain 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5 and 6, but there's a battle now.
Yeah, they split off
and
in there.
The inside, beautiful move.
Josh
Howard, but Howard now has got an issue. He's got to try and make up a 2.5 in 2 minutes.
I mean, that's doable. He's had pace. He's had enough pace to come back at Keith Mason and get by. But whether or not he's got time to close that gap with George Willis. So Stephen Horner leads, and he's at the boot already. Stephen Mottram following him through a little bit further back, and then a huge gap of, 2.7 seconds to Daniel Hammett in 3rd. And then we've got George Willis in 4th, being chased down now by Josh Howard, who has now gone up to 5th place.
9/10 of a second he has to make up, Joe, over the next 3 laps or so. That's your 2nd and 3rd. 4th and 5th.
And time is ticking by with every word we speak. Time is running out for Josh Howard to get on terms and pass George Willis. Number 34, 5th place at the moment. and with the lap times of Josh Howard slightly slower, actually, than the fourth place George Willis. So I'm not sure this is going to happen, Nick. It's I think we've got 4 comfortable qualifiers going into the penultimate lap.
1, 2, 3, 4, fourth in space.
I think it's going to be the 1 lap scoreboard next time by for Stephen Horner. Shall we pick him up?
I think we will get the 1 lap to go. Let's just move forward to the battle. That's the only battle on the track at the moment. It doesn't mean an awful lot, 3rd and 4th, but they could hit each other and take each other off.
That's true. That is very true.
There could be a complete miscommunication resulting in some severe altercation.
I'm pretty sure they'll know where they are in the scheme of things and know that they've, discretion being the better part of
there's
valor.
Not a lot. These guys haven't got a lot of experience of B-final racing.
Well, it's not that, but you know where you are in the race. Final lap is shown at the start-finish straight.
Yeah.
And there's the 3rd and 4th place carts across the line now.
Yeah, let's take our leader, shall we, for a few corners. Give Steve Horner some love. He's comprehensively got past Steve Mottram, who started brilliantly. And that's going to please a number of people on the stream. People there, a couple of drivers already at the side of the track. Attrition seems a bit higher in these B finals.
We will see these drivers back out in the B final, albeit they'll be towards the back of the B final. Sorry, the A final. So Stephen, the 2 Stephens will be getting another race out of their race weekend. Stephen Horner, Stephen Mottram, as will Daniel Hammett and George Willis, if nothing goes horribly wrong in these final few corners. And there's Stephen Horner taking the checkered flag in fine style. There's the 777 numbered Stephen Mottram. Daniel Hammett qualifies in 3rd, and then the final qualifier for the A final, George Willis. Behind them, Josh Howard, Nathan Wells, Keith Mason, Lewis Crocker, Tim Darlow, Tyler Kelsey. Across the line now has gone Tyler Fossey, Dan Millward, Josh Constable, Jack Sweeting. Here comes Thomas Burchard and Billy Clark, the last of the finishers.
Lots of didn't make the trip.
Yeah, we lost Billy. We lost Zach Fontenot and Kieran Thompson on lap 3. Rob Simpson and Will Milner. Rob Simpson on lap 2. Will Milner, Alfie Williams, Tonino Machichi, Dennis Jerziak, and Matthew Lear all went out in that kerfuffle.
It was a double kerfuffle. It was a kerfuffle at Christmas and a sub kerfuffle at Inkermans. How many kerfuffles can you have in one? I think it's interesting. I don't remember us saying kerfuffle very much, and it's about the only thing we've said at Whilton Mill this weekend.
There's been quite a few kerfuffles.
It's been very kerfuffleage. And I think I've made it a verb. I think I've made it an adjective. A whole lot. If I knew more parts of English language, my grammar wasn't quite so rusty, I could probably say more.